Hello and welcome to Hexed Encountered. My name is Joe. In this video we will be doing our 5th race of the 1995 SCRAM season in Red, White, and Blue Racin from PLAAY Games. This one is the Hardwood 500 at the Eastern Seaboard Speedway. This is a short track on the East Coast. It is a 0.495 mile oval. And the first thing we'll do is, I've already done all the race week stuff, so we'll talk about that. But before that, I wanted to recap the standings through 4 races. In first place is the number 12 car of Ernie Maldonado. He has 669 points. Second place is the number 39, driven by Brunson Houston, 617. In third place, Denny Stoffel in the 4 at 582. Fourth place, Lindsey Talby Jr. in the number 9 at 554. And in 5th place, Phil Clooney in the number 22. He is at 543 points. Now let's talk about the race week events. We had 6 drivers on our TV list, headed up by number 21, Chris Felder. He ended up here in 12th place. He had a sponsor event with a placement of C. Then we had number 74, Lynn Valladares. He's over here. He had a crew reorganization, which gave him a placement B and a chip, but because he was in the bottom group, he's not able to have a chip. Next was number 24, Brian Hartzell, who actually did he praised his sponsor on television and got a C, and that was actually good enough because of his trophy to get him into the pole position spot. Then number 34, Kenny Jeffries, he had a tire problem. Placement D, ended up on the bubble stack, and in this race, no one on the bubble stack made the race. Then we had Lindsey Talby Jr. He had a hot week with hot laps, got an A++ plus the chip. He's right here in 7th. And rounding it out was the rookie, number 66, Wayne Montana. He's right here. He was on ESPN this week and got a placement of C. We did have 11 fast drivers and 4 slow drivers. So our fast drivers, Denny Stoffel, he is here in 2nd. 3rd, Adler Brown. Also with fast weeks were Lemon Resendez, Guidry Thibodeau, and Everett Davis. And in the bottom group, we have Ryder Kaminsky, Ron Whitson, Zero Cavazos, Chance Clemens, Homer Brackett, and Shad Kavanaugh. Slow weeks, none of those 4 drivers made it. Those were the number 18 of Earl Berman Jr., number 82 Matt Keener, number 45 Ned Garnay, and number 2 Karen Mabry. Everyone else had normal weeks, and we rounded out the field here. Among the notables, Ernie Maldonado, who is the series leader at the moment, he is going to be starting in 39th place. He did not do well in the shuffle there. And we also have some other decent names down here. Yoder and Ventura are in the last 2 spots. You have Bobby Paris, who's pretty decent. John Gill as well. Pete Pettis is here, also low. Bronson Houston is high in the standings. He's currently 2nd, and he's in 33rd place, I believe that is. Yep. So yeah, there are some rather high-ranking drivers starting off in poor position. This is a short track race. It is a 25-turn race. We're going to get started here with turn number 1. We get a 2, which is top group, and a 7, which on this track is control. So top group control, Lindsey Talby has it. He also has a chip. And he gets a 5, which is above his gas pedal, but he'll use his chip to win the challenge. So he will take the lead here from Brian Hartzell. Now we'll check Kerry Holgren. He rolls a 6.65, so that's not going to work. Dick Exum gets a 4.65. The 5 will be good enough because he has control +1, and the 2 brake pedal gives him 4, which is lower than 5. So Exum takes the lead from Talby. His lead was short-lived. Phil Clooney does not have control, but Adler Brown does. He gets a 4.61. That will not work. And Denny Stoffel gets a 3.42, which also will not work. That is the end of turn number 1. Turn number 2. Again, top group, and number 9 this time. Number 9 is Smart. So we will start with Lindsay Talby. He rolls a 616, so that will not work. Next up is Phil Clooney. He gets a 233. He's got a smart and a break, and the 2 bonus means that does not work for Clooney. Denny Stoffel has smart as well. He gets a 516. That actually is going to work, because he's only got 4. He's got 1, 2 plus 2 bonus. So Denny Stoffel takes the lead here in turn number 2. And that is the end of turn 2. And it's on to turn number 3. This time we again are in the top group. We can roll nothing but a 2 apparently. And 5. 2-5 is star. Well, 5 of the 6 guys are stars. The only one who isn't is Lindsay Talby Jr. So we'll start with Hartzell. Gets a 3-2-1. That is not going to work. Holguin gets a 5-2-2. Also no good. Talby does not have star. Clooney gets a 5-1-1. Also no good. Adler Brown. 3-3-6. That is going to be good enough. He's not a star, so he's looking at 3. So Adler Brown jumps into the lead. The lead is changing fast and furious here. Exum's a double star. First one is no good. Second one is also no good. So that's the end of turn 3, and we have a new leader, Adler Brown. Turn 4. 2-6. We stay in the top group. All the action is at the front in this race. We get heat. So Hartzell has heat, but that 1 on the blue won't work for him. Next up with heat is Clooney. 3-2-4. So he has heat, no break. So that is going to work, and Clooney is going to take the lead. So yet another lead change here. Stoffel, he has heat. 3-6-2. That is not going to work. And Dick Exum, and he gets a 5, which is good. 2-4. 1-2. That's not going to work. Okay, on to turn 6. Oh my god. 2-8. I haven't yet to roll anything but a 2. 8 is reflex. So Hartzell has reflex. 3-3-5. He does not have reflex. The 5 on the blue is going to be good. So Hartzell will retake the lead. We have Holguin. 6-5-6. That's too high. Talby Jr. 4-4-5. 1, 2. Yep, that'll work. So Talby will take the lead. Adler Brown. 2-6-2. That's no. Stoffel. 6-2-5. Too high on the red. And finally, oh, that's it, because Exum does not have that. Pit stop. 5 and 1 and 3. So the 5. So 5 basically means we check pretty much everybody. So that's top, middle, and leader are going to check for fast pits. We're going to swap 1 and 3. Like that. Now we start checking for fast pit. We start with Jernigan, who's an 8. He gets a 5, so he is good. Troyer gets a 5. He is also good. Charlie Drake gets an 8. That is not good. Okay. Jimmy Cottrell needs a 10. Oh, rolls an 11. Roach 8. Rolls a 7. That's good. Montana 9. He's good. Thibodeau an 8. Also good. Resendez a 3. That's a no. Worthington a 7. Yes. Davis a 9. That is a no. D'Amico needs an 8. Gets an 11. That's a no. And Felder needs a 7. Gets a 10. So that is a no. Now we'll do the top group. Clooney needs a 7. Gets a 5. Holguin needs a 6. Gets a 6. Heart Soul needs a 7. That's a 12. Exum needs a 9. That's an 8. Stoffel needs an 8. That's a 6. The Brown needs a 4. Oh, look at that. He got a 4. And last but not least, Lindsay Talby needs a 9 and gets an 11. So that is bad for him. All right, so I'm going to reorder this, and then I'll come back and we'll do the challenge for the lead. Okay, let's see who challenges for the lead. It is number 4. That is Phil Clooney. Now, both guys have a chip. So let's see what we get. We get a 4, which is good. So now we need to roll to see if he spends his chip or not. Or if they spend their chips or not. They do. That's the end of 7. We go on to turn number 8. And we get a 1, which is again top group, and 9. So again, we're looking at smart. So we start with Talby. 214. He is not smart, so that is actually going to work. No. Okay, Clooney. 465. That is good. So it works. Now, no. We got Exum, who has a chip. So he can spend his chip and will spend his chip and take the lead. And then we have Stoffel. Rolls a 5, which is fine. But the 2 won't work. But he also has a chip. So he will spend it as well. And that ends that. Okay, on to turn number 9. 3, we get into the middle group and we have 4. So 4 in the middle group is TV. There are only 2. One of them has a chip, however. 213. So he's not a TV driver. He has 1 break and 1 bonus. So that is actually going to work for Felder. He is going to take Dick Exum's spot. And Wayne Montana gets a 212. Well, actually, that works as well, I think. He has the TV and the bonus. That would be a tie. So he's going to spend his chip, and they're going to swap places. And Montana is in second place here in turn 9, and we go to turn number 10. And 4 is again middle group, and this time 10, which is trouble. All right, so we start at the front and work our way back. So to escape, he needs an 8 or less, which is good. He needs a 6 or less. Not good. You can spend your chip to avoid trouble, but not problems. Felder's a 9, so he is good. He's an 8, has a chip, so he's going to spend his chip. He's an 8. He gets a 9 as well, which means he's going to spend his chip. He's a 9, gets a 10 and has to spend his chip. Exum is a 9. He's collected. D'Amico is an 8. He's good. Davis is a 6. Resendez needs a 6. Gets a 5. 9 for Cottrell. Also good. And Charlie Brake, 9. Good. All right. So we've got Davis and Exum here. So Davis, Exum rather, is an A. We are in the middle third because it's only 25 turns. So middle third trouble is a 9. And he gets a 10. So he, unfortunately, is out of the race. And Everett Davis is a B, and he needs an 8. And he is good, but he goes to the back. We get 2 yellow flag turns. And so these guys will move up into the top group, and everyone else will move up. And Davis goes to the back. Okay, so we lose turns 11 and 12 to the yellow. We go to turn 13. 5, which is the bottom group. So the bottom group is going to get some love with TV, and there are no TV drivers in the bottom group. So that is an uneventful turn for number 13. We go to 14. I don't drop the dice. 4, middle group, and 7, which is control. So control in the middle group. And we're going to start with Jimmy Cottrell. And he rolls a 656, or 665 rather, so that's too high, obviously. Next control is D'Amico. He gets a 362, so that will not work. And hooks Troyer, 125, so that is going to work, and hooks Troyer is going to jump up into the top group. Craig Felder, 125. So again, he's got control and 2 brakes, and the bonus gives him 4, but that's a 5. So unfortunately for hooks, that will not work. Then we have Worthington, who does have a chip, and he has starred control. He rolls a 4, which is good, and a 4 and a 2. And so that's Felder, and he is a 2, so he can use his chip to take that. And then because he's double control, I think he can still use that to try to challenge for the lead. He rolls a 5, which is higher than his gas, so he will have to be satisfied with 3rd place. And it is on to turn number 15. And we get a 4, which is middle group, and a 6, and that is heat. So we are looking at heat in the middle group. Heat in the middle group. Okay. Valladares, 6, no. 656, no. Jimmy Cottrell, 5, nope. Resendez, 336. That is actually going to work, except he has a chip, so he'll spend that. And Phil Clooney, 326. That is going to work. Okay, next is Ralph Roach, 315. Unfortunately for Montana, his stay in 2nd place was not all that long-lived. Last one up is Hooks Troyer, who gets a 263. He's got no brake, so that actually works. So Troyer does get into the top group again. And that is the end of turn 15. We go on to 16. And we get 4 and 5. So 4, again, is middle group, and 5 is star. So star, first one up is Charlie Brake. 311, nope, that ain't gonna work. Jimmy Cottrell, 132. That will not work. Zendez, 5 is too high. Next up is Worthington, 234. That will work. Wayne Montana, 465. Well, that is 2 brakes, not a star. So he's only got 4, or 3 rather. So Montana climbs back into the top group. Adler Brown, 5, too high. And Craig Felder. 5 on the gas is also too high. That is turn 16. It is time for our second pit stop turn. We get a 4 and a 5 and a 2. So 2 is top group and leader. So that's who we'll be checking. And 4 and 5 swap places in top and middle. And now we'll roll for fast pits. For the top, we'll start with... He gets a 7, needed less than a 9, 9 or less. 9 or less for Talby Jr., also good. Hartzell, 7, that is good as well. Worthington a 7. Got it. Clooney a 7. Got it. And Roach an 8. Got it. And Denny Stoffel an 8. And he got it as well. So nothing changes there, and everybody's got a chip now. So now let's see who challenges for the lead. It is number 5. That is Talby. They both have a chip, so let's see if they keep it. They do. So they keep the chip. Nothing changes there, except for the swap between 3 and 4. On to turn 18. 5. So 5 is bottom group, and 11. 11 is a problem. So let's see who's got a problem in the bottom group. That is a 31. And a 31 on our locator in the bottom group is driver 7. That is Buck Trimble. So let's see what his problem is. He gets a 35, and a 35 is tight in turn to end of bottom group. All right. So he goes down here, and I'll rearrange this, and we'll move on to 19. Okay, 19, 6. We have a duel, and it is 9, and this would be the number 5 cars in the middle group. That is these two gentlemen right here. They both have 4 gas, so they're going to go for it. So that is a success for Resendez. We always do the higher rank guy first. We'll do that. He gets a chip. We check him for a trouble. He rolls an 8. His escape is a 9, so he's good. Now we'll do Resendez on Thibodeau. He rolls a 5. So that is a failure. Now we'll check Resendez. He gets a 6 for escape and rolls an 8. So he has trouble. We're going to have a yellow flag probably. So now he is a D. We are in the final third, I believe. Yep. Needs a 4 or less, and he gets an 8. So Resendez is out. And that does result in a yellow flag, so everyone will move up 1. And I'll fill in, and we'll pick this up here with turn number 20. Okay, we are on to turn 20. Coming down the stretch here. Another duel, 6 and 8. So 8 is the number 6 cars in the middle group. Kaminsky's going to go for it. Why not? And he gets a 4, so that works. So he's going to have to spend his chip, which he will. So since that failed, does he still have to check for trouble? I guess he does. Let's see. His trouble's only a 6. And he gets a 6, so he's okay. Whitson's going to pass on this attempt. Actually, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. His escape's a 10. Let's go for it. Look at that. He rolled a 1. He'll take Thibodeau's spot. Now we have to check Thibodeau for trouble. His escape is only a 6. Only a 6. And he rolls a 10. So he has been collected. He is a B. So he needs a 6 or less. And he gets a 7. So Thibodeau is also out. And we're going to get another yellow flag rather. That was actually turn 21 because of the yellow flag from 19. So we're going to lose 22 as well. Okay, turn 23. Another duel. 6 this time, which is the number 6 car in the top group. That is Montana. So let's see. He rolls a 5, which is a failure. He can spend his chip to avoid trouble. So, well, actually, we should roll for it first. Let's roll. His escape is a 7. So he can keep his chip. He can keep his chip. Yeah, that was pretty quick. So let's move on to turn 24. I'm not sure I played that correctly with the chips and everything, but 5, bottom group 10. 10 is trouble. So now we got to roll to see who's in trouble in the bottom group again. 21. 21 is driver 4. That is Barb Garvin. Let's see what the problem is. 52 is clutch problem, roll for repair, pit crew A, no clutch problem. She is a B. So we have to roll for repair. Her repair number, let's see, she's a B. We are in the final third. She needs a 4 or less. Does not get it. So Barb Garvin is out with clutch problems in turn 24. Okay, we go to the last turn of the race. Turn 25. 6 and 11. 11 is the 3 cars in the middle group. So that would be these two. So we'll have Holguin will go for the 8th spot. And he succeeds, so he would get a chip. I'm going to give it to him anyway here. Even though it doesn't matter. This is the last turn of the race. And then Jernigan will, well, let's check D'Amico for trouble. His escape is an 8, and he does. Jernigan against Whitson. And he also succeeds. Now, Whitson has to do an escape, but his number's a 10, so that's actually pretty strong. So let's see what he gets. And he also escapes. Jernigan would get a chip. And that is the end of the race. So Holguin and Jernigan were able to move up into the top 10. So our winner is Denny Stoffel. He took the lead in turn 8 and held it through the rest of the race. Second place in the number 73 Oldsmobile is Ralph Roach. The number 22 Chevy of Phil Clooney is third. The number 6 Ford of Carol Worthington, he's fourth. The 24 Chevy of Brian Hartzell is fifth. The number 9 Ford of Lindsey Talby Jr., he's sixth. The rookie Wayne Montana in the 66 Dodge, he is seventh. In eighth, 33 Ford, Kerry Holguin. Ninth, the 25 Ford, Irv Jernigan. And 10th, the 49 Ford, Adler Brown. It's a good day for Ford with Hooks Troyer 11th as well. And they also, in the top 20... The only other one in the top 20 would have been Chance Clemens here in the 96. But a good showing for Ford in this race. So that is going to do it for the Hardwood 500 at the Eastern Seaboard Raceway. Our next race is the Ice Brew 400 at the Heart of Carolina Speedway. That is an intermediate track in North Carolina. That will be the next race. That will come up in approximately 1 week. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, etc. like I always say. And that's going to do it. My name is Joe. This has been the sports edition of Hexed Encountered. And until next time, as always, happy gaming.